I ran out of time. Oh no, what's up everyone? Happy Saturday morning live 30. I've been running out of time all morning, so that is not surprising that I would screw that up too. Yes, go Jason, go Lock Force. What is everybody up to today? I was scanning comments over on another account when I was getting coffee across the street. And thank you to whoever sent that to me. Still not sure who, but I appreciate it. It's awesome. And I was checking my thing and I saw that LPP was already on and said something about weather. And yeah, it's actually been hot as you know what out here. But today's got kind of a cool little breeze going on, so it's teasing us. I think it's teasing us still. I think we're still in for wires everywhere. We're still in for a little bit of a heat problem next week too. Okay, that can go out there. And so yes, we are not. I don't have any content for this one because I just didn't have time to load any. I actually didn't have much footage or pictures of anything. So as the title of this Saturday Morning Live suggests, we're going to eviscerate a T2 and see what's inside. It's an older model T2 that is I don't know. It's probably got a date code on it. I'm not even going to guess. I just took it off and chunked it because I've been dealing with it too much. I kept it alive about 2 years ago by doing, I don't remember what I did to it 2 years ago, and then it's dead. So I had to replace it. So we have us a T2 that we get to take apart. Yay! So I'm going to go back over the comments and see how everybody's doing. Say a good day to everybody. I just saw Dark Arts. So Lockpicking Patrolman Rune, of course. Happy Saturday, Lock Force. Yes. Frank is not in town today. I don't know. He's at some kind of conference or something. How to be a true asshole on the internet, most likely. And let's see. Lockpicking Patrolman. Yes, Rune. Peter Fox, I saw you. Good morning. Good day. Dark Arts Lockpicking. Hope you're doing well over there, bright and early in the morning for you. Yes, it has been. I think it's in the air because I think everybody's been like really busy. It seems like everybody who's been talking on Twitter and wherever else, it seems like everybody's been busy. We've been slammed, which leads me to not having much content for. I did try to make a few videos over the week, but just didn't really pull it off. Fighting with YouTube over, well, I'm not really fighting. There's not a whole lot I can do, but my keys video, if y'all remember my keys video that I did, that I put a little bit of work into, got demonetized because of my hashtag, keep making with my bees. So we're just going to have to say bees from now on. So as soon as I change the hashtag, it let me monetize it. But then I looked this morning and guess what? Lube off 2. Yellow. I was like, really? Why? There's no reason why that happened. Oh, it's just so sick. I put a lot of work into that one too, so that's very frustrating. But anyway, so hey, Night Owl, good morning. Lee E, hello. I have to say that. Lee. I could just say Lee. Street fair outside your workshop. Yeah, that can cause all sorts of issues with noise, and we have things all the time around here, so. Yeah, the copyright strikes. Yeah. The Macarena. I'm not gonna hum it because I'll get hit there too. Good morning, Andy Lawton. What is up? Tim Walker. Fred, good morning. Darcy, good morning. William, everybody, Ryan. King Street, hey, what's up? Yes, don't forget to hit the like button if you have not. I appreciate that reminder. James Randolph, good morning. Still trying to figure out how he does that. with his name. Don't see many of those. It was Friday the 13th. Yes, my day yesterday. Yay! I like a good Jason, I went home and watched 2 movies and went to sleep. I wasn't out in the woods. Contrary to what I said on Twitter I was going to do. Access Locks, Canada Division Lock Force. Yes, welcome to Saturday Morning Live. 30, that's actually an ERTY. 40, 50, E. That's somewhat of an anniversary, right? Yeah, it's a 3 decades. Wait a minute. You know what I mean? It's some type of anniversary. Yes, the cup is pretty awesome. I appreciate it again. Somebody sent it to me in a little thing. Yes, Night Owl, you spy something with your little eyes. You sure do. Yet another gift. Pretty awesome. Appreciate that from another one of our friends / subscribers. And mine's 2 inches bigger than yours, Night Owl, I might add. Mr. Hool again. Hey, Pete. Kevin, good morning. Let me scroll down all the end of these comments and we're going to get started. I do know it's been busy as heck. Like, I had people up in here up until 5 minutes before I clicked on the thing. Luckily, we have a little bit of a sway. Luckily, we have a little bit of a downtime, but I've got a girl coming back with a Ford that I have to program this guy for, and I've actually got to decode hers. Really worn out key, so she should better be back because I didn't charge her for the metal keys. Oh wait, somebody just said, hey Dan Weagle, what's up? What, Weigel? Pete got his Lock Force package from the win he had a couple of weeks ago. Presumably the hooligans did too, because they were away, and I think they should be back and have gotten it by now. So, yes. Hey, Chuck Peterson. Good morning. No, we do not ever mind a new locksmith and YouTuber. Welcome to YouTube Locksmith World. Kind of light today, like I said, because I just didn't have time to load content. Ian, yes, Ian had a little glue issue that he's dealing with. I don't know if you went back and took care of that, but Urban Locksmith, what's up? Chef Mel, good morning. Ian had a little glue issue, super glue in a cylinder, so that's, I hope he gets that worked out. Just whack it. I've got verified, gotcha. I know, I think that's got to be some kind of emoji or something. I don't know. Wait. Oh, it does say verified. Oh, wow. OG. James is the OG. I never noticed that if you hover your mouse over it in the comments, it says verified. He is a verified person. Good morning, Jesse. Canadian. Have any of the Canadians received their stickers yet? I think, I don't know. I sent them all out, so nobody has said they haven't. Oh, you've got an 18-inch too. 18-inch. Ooh, that's big. Hey, D-Sloop, good morning. William, I'm not a locksmith, but I play one on TV. Yes. So I finally get down to the end of the comments. Let's see. What was I going to talk about today besides this and that little pretty over there? Night Owl and I were talking about this on Twitter. Pretty nice bag. Yeah, I've got it. I've got it stuffed pretty full. And one of the things that I had commented on was this hinge right here on the bag. Let's get zoom up to the camera. And when I saw his picture of it, I was kind of thinking it was a weak-looking area, but it's actually pretty sturdy. But right now, I just have all my these are in here because oh Lord, had a smart key entrance on a vacant yesterday. Deadbolt and door lock were both locked. Discovered that by doing this and this. You know, poofy, slotty, deadbolt locky. But otherwise, it's got all my kind of important tools in here. I'm just really fitting it right now. This actually never lives in a bag. This goes in the front with me, but I'm just really using it, testing everything, seeing what I want to use it for. Down in the bottom, I had D Sloop's roll. which I actually took back out because that goes kind of in its own set with ratchets. It's got all my stuff that I don't use as much in there. But yeah, it's kind of heavy. That's the problem. That's the problem with bigger tool bags, is you can put more stuff in them. And I'm actually surprised. Another one of the things that we were talking about with those tool bags is I hate clamshell style tool bags like that because they never close right. If you take another brand, for instance, I don't have one around here anywhere, but yeah, it won't close together. So that's why I've never been fond of those. But that actually is really full and still mostly closes together, so that's pretty cool. Got to get used to using it. Got to figure out how I want to use it. But in the meantime, I appreciate that white bag. Yes, that's my only thing about it. Good morning, Christopher Dowd. My only thing about tool bags like that, it's a wonderful bag, nice little leathery stuff on the bottom and leather handles, but the white, it's just like, in my mind, I imagine myself running into that balloon full of graphite, right? You know, boom. So I'm fairly scared of that, so I'm going to kind of baby it. I thought about using it as an EDC type thing. I really wish they wouldn't put the number across the bottom so big. I mean, why use that big of a font? They're like, okay, let's make our logo, you know, 30 point, and let's make the model number of this bag 80 point. That doesn't make any sense to me. Do the reverse. Just put a big logo on there. That's just silly. Companies are silly. Well, what was the last silly company thing that we just had? We were talking about this, I think. Can't remember. I'm trying to drink this quick before it gets cooled down. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, okay. So anyway, yes, if that lady comes back in with the Ford, we're going to have to stop what we're doing. She's likely going to show up right around the same time. We move over to the table and get started disassembling the T2. Okay, yes, the flag. Zachary, thanks. Good morning, Zachary. Alex, who? Good morning. Yeah, notifications are weird with YouTube. I just don't get it. Don't get it. It's a man bag. Definitely it's a man bag purse. I don't care. I'll call it a purse because I have that. I don't know if you can see it, but like my chat's in the way. No, you can barely see it, but yeah, there's another man bag right there. That's one of my EDC type thing. Carry all my film and stuff. And then my other man bag. So yeah, man bags. We love bags. As the note said, as Socrates once said, one can never have too many bags, right? Yeah, exactly. Pretty sure. Good morning. Having a hard time picking where to look. Any suggestions on the lubricant? DD ask about lubricant. No, I'm not ever giving another suggestion on lubricant. Again, not gonna do it. Let's see. Alex. Oh, Alex. Okay. Oh, yeah. I get. Okay, I saw it. Okay, Zachary was saying something about the flag. Yes, we had the camera out during last morning Saturday. The flag y'all were talking about is actually the newly redesigned Mississippi State flag. I can't really say much about that with going off in the whole left field about the whole flag thing, but we have an incredibly racist flag here in the South that we insistently refuse to revote to change to something else, and it is the newly designed flag. I will I'll try to show it again for those of you who missed that live, but that is one of the proposed designs of the new flag. However, we voted on it 20 years ago. 20 years ago is a whole age, right? Like a whole age group is now grown and can vote. So everybody keeps saying, no, we're not going to vote on it. We already voted on this issue one time. We're not going to vote to change the flag because we voted on it 20 years ago. In the meantime, all these 20-year-olds or 21-year-olds are like, hey, I don't get a say in this anymore. So that is the newly redesigned but not officially adopted by the state of Mississippi state flag is what that is. And it does look, I guess somebody was saying it looked, whatever, it's a star, blue star with 13 blue stars around it on a red background. And that's it. That's what that is. Newly redesigned. Not officially adopted, redesigned, mostly approved, but never going to be incorporated until our government lets them do it. State flag. Okay, here we go. Let's see, I got lost. Question: what was the last tool that I bought that you didn't want to buy? Me. I'm going to answer that with what tool that I didn't want to buy. I'll tell you the truth. Remember those Klein crimpers? I just bought those. This is my answer. I don't know if you're talking to me or everybody, but the Klein crimpers. They don't crimp my connectors very well. And I was going to be like, that's what you get for using those stupid little connectors. But the connectors that come with HES strikes are those stupid little connectors. However, the coating on them is really soft, and as I was using that Klein, it was not crimping well. So I've immediately regretted buying a $30 pair of crimpers. But on the same token, I use white, the gel white connectors, so I have not crimped any of those because on that job that I bought this specifically for, and Peter Fox graciously sent me some cool tools that I've got somewhere around here. I don't know where they went. They're in a bag somewhere. Not that bag yet, but so yes, I immediately regretted that purchase. I don't know how well they're going to work for my white ones, but I don't know. And DD, I was just joking about the lubricant, but I'm really not ever talking about lubricant again. Yes, just LPS1, Tri-Flow, and TLDR, where two TY, TLDR, too long, didn't read. LPS1. The easiest to get by far, find anywhere really, is the Tri-Flow. It's pretty much the best that you can find anywhere. And WD-40! Yeah, that was funny. I humored myself a lot in that video, actually. Even though I didn't put as much work into it as part one, but it's a satchel. Exactly, Christopher, it is a satchel. So, what happened to the blocks and locks video we spoke about last live? What happened to blocks and locks? The mortise lock, we're going to see all those mortise locks that I was taking apart, the old style. Yeah, those are still sitting on the table waiting on Jason to not be busy enough to do it, which I have to get to really next week at the beginning of the week. I took a heat gun to one of them. I'll show you when we go up there, but I took a heat gun to one of the faces to see how well it peeled off, because I was going to dip them in a solution. However, there's several layers, and some of those layers use that cheap, like 90s paint latex, and it'll peel off. So I'm thinking here, you can hear it, that I heat up, even though it's going to take a little bit longer, that I just like sit and blowgun the faces of them and peel off the major layer, so that I don't have so much thickness to deal with. We'll look at it again in case y'all don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I don't. Yeah. Block people and locks we lost. I don't know about the block people, but the locks we lost are lost forever now. Except for the Schlage deadbolt. It's still sitting up there too. Hey, Jason. Hey, Dan, I used these again, but give it a little Irwin industrial tool. If I'm going to copy paste that and blow it up in a browser. Copy paste that there. Scotch lock to join data. Twisting wires is too American for me. You put them in your mouth and you just do this. That's how we do it. That's how we do it in Mississippi with no shoes on. country music playing in the background. Yeehaw! That building where I'm doing the wiring, I got all the strikes in. Something I've talked about on Twitter, but showed a bunch of HES strikes. I got all of them except for the surface mount. Oh yeah, this reminds me. So one door was, all the doors were supposed to be just cylindrical lock prep, you know, through bolt holes, all that. One door, at the very beginning of this, before the doors ever arrived on the job site, I noticed was a push-pull, as in having a pull handle and a push, no latching, locking function, whatever. So I immediately called both the head contractor and the door company and said, hey, stop, that door's wrong. Guess what's been put in and installed with push plates and pull handles? Not only put in, but they went ahead and put the push plates and the pull handles totally off center. They put it up higher to make it easier, and that really messes it up. So if you know anything about brand new stained office wood type doors, they were all custom done for the job. And yes, now we have what would be scars left over as well as holes. So they were like, a whole bunch of contractors sat around doing this, and door guys sat around doing this for a minute while I was over there chopping out the strike because it needed chopped out. And yes, the door was put in with those plates. So they sat around doing this for a minute, and then we were like, hey, if we get another push plate and put on the inside, would you have any trouble drilling it even though it's stainless steel? And I'm like, if I have to. And they're like, well, that's the only way we can come up with doing this. So now I get to drill and mount a lock prep where two stainless steel handles are, but unfortunately they're, you know, the 16x4 push plates. So, and we're talking, hey girl, you're gonna park in my spot anyway. There's a spot over next to you on one side and next to you on the other side, and you really gonna take my spot? And then reverse rapidly, and oh god. So yeah, anyway, I get to drill stainless steel plates on a door because of a screw up. Intro music on your guitar. I thought it was a ukulele. Dark Arts. You need to send me some clips so I can put it in the background for the beginning. I should go out there and block off both spots, but we're gonna move up front. The chicken isn't back yet. I still have a little bit of coffee over here. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell into the microphone there. So let's go take apart this thing over here. I'm gonna grab some gloves, which I don't have. Why isn't this changing color? I think I need to change my batteries. Here we go. Change colors. Dang it. I think the batteries are really weak here on the unit itself. There we go. Yeah, that's what it is. I've got some, we'll change out battery. I don't think I'll have time to change out battery. Why are you parked in my spot? Really? Where'd you go? Okay, let's go ahead and move the camera. Oh, screw these people. Let me get some rubber gloves because I'm going to need some rubber gloves for this one. Man, I wish I would have had that camera pointed the other way so that y'all could have ratted out whoever just took that spot and disappeared. Not the same one. I'll show you what I'm talking about because we're going to go that way anyway. spot to the left's empty too. One thing I do have to do real quick is move everything. So let's go ahead and do because this is technically a locks that we've lost this week. So we need to do that whole thing. And Rune busting out with some information on the light 3. Oh, okay. So it's just pulling too much power. Oh, I can't put these rubber gloves on quite yet. Alright, we're going to go ahead and move up front. So I'm going to move some stuff around. Let's do the... Yes, it's time! Go ahead and get moved over here. Oh, that was a... Oh, no, that was a doorknob. That was just stupid. Luckily it was a dummy doorknob, but I hate scratching it up. Shoot. It dented it right there. Damn it. Okay. That means I will be cleaning up my freaking counter so that doesn't happen again. Can't be moving cords around and stuff like that too much. Now we're gonna actually zoom in on this because we want to see closer up. This is gonna take a few minutes, y'all. So no, a few minutes to take apart the lock. We do have a couple of actual locks that we've lost this week, but they are not that big of a deal. I guess I need tools for this too, so let me go grab that, and then we will kind of reverse this. Okay, I'll be right back, y'all. Okay, y'all think this will work for everybody? Zoom in. I've got to remember to put it right there on that red spot. Morning, PDX. How are you? There we go. Hey, Bobby Keys, good morning. Yeah, appreciate that, but actually I want to do them with hashtag LockForce, and I'm probably going to get 2 made, and one of these fine people in this feed will get it one day, but I will send you a message on, I'll send you a message for sure, just verifying that, because I want one, and I'm probably going to get one to give away. But it will be with hashtag LockForce on it instead of that. Or, I don't know, can you do that logo on there? I don't know how, that'd be hard to do probably. Just hashtag LockForce. Let me get my comment section ready here, and then we will get started seeing what's going on with this bad boy. Bad boy? Bad boy. Oh, you know what? I don't have a chair. Dang it. Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Good, thank you. I have a going. You too. Every Saturday. Okay, let me see if I can get the comment section up, and we are going to get started on this. Hey, Locksmith lost this week. Actually, I need to make sure we are able to in frame and everything. I can see myself there. I know there's a heavy glare back there, but not a whole lot I can do about that. Yes, this is come on feed. I gotta wait for the comments to come up. I guess I have to. Hopefully we're in view, but yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. Take that, you stupid smart key. I don't know what happened to my core puller. You know, I don't know if any of y'all ever had one of those core puller things that used to pull the regular. Now it'll damage this, but of course that that damages that too. So it doesn't stay in. There we go. Okay, wait. Let's put this over here. Yeah, I'll DM you, Bobby, on that. Hey, Securitech, good morning. Hey, dude. Who's dude? Hey, Matthew Ray, what's up? Who's dude? Which dude joined in? Oh, hey, dude, there you are. Happy Saturday, dude. So, yep, the red deal that you would crank the key down in, I hated those things, but they literally did make it easier to deal with things. And yeah, obviously this was a matter of, yay, unlock. I got in this door in 2 minutes and 12 seconds with the next door neighbor screaming, F you, I don't give a F, to somebody inside. She did that for a good 15 minutes. Now, of course, I spent about 7 minutes prior to doing, about 6 minutes, because I was hurrying. I did try to rake it and, you know, get in just half-heartedly. Then I pumped it up with my air wedges and discovered the deadbolt was locked. So at that point, it was pop the face cap off the deadbolt, drill the screws. They backed out wonderfully for a double cylinder, push the inside cap right off. No damage. I was able to totally reuse the deadbolt, but you see what happened there. So from start to finish, if I would have just walked up to the door and done this to begin with, I could have been in 2 minutes. But it was funny because she spent all this time screaming at her. So yeah, this core will probably go in. It actually didn't damage the face of it a whole lot, but it'll go in a giveaway because I don't care about it. And totally reusable. Couldn't even tell. Couldn't even tell that I got into it. So behind this we have two more. Yeah, it's time for me to put my gloves on. Two more of these actually that have just met the end of their life. Those got replaced Wednesday? Hell, I can't even remember. Oh, and you know what I did? I really screwed myself up. Actually, I'm glad that I had 3 of them because I broke a screw, y'all. That's right. Jason messed up. The lock force was not with me that day. And unfortunately, that is not really a part that you can, you know, order. Because it's the arm. So yes, there's a screw. Broken right there. I don't know how bad it is. Are we in view? Is everybody okay? I think everybody's okay, right? We good? Hey, Daryl. I have not seen you in a while. I hope you and Carol are doing well. Good morning from Jackson, Mississippi. Cornwall, UK chiming in. Have not seen you in a minute. I was actually just thinking about y'all last week. I told Kim that I needed to email you, but again, my emails are packed. My backlog of stuff to do is packed, and yeah, it's just, you know, one of those things. But I do hope you're doing well. Thank you for letting me know you were here. Carbide. Dude, these are probably Gen 2. I have not looked to see. No, actually I did. I rekeyed them all. I want to say it was a ramped sidebar because you can see a little spot of this. Pretty sure Gen... Pretty sure it was Gen 2. Sorry, my pad just crashed there. But anyway, yeah, I did this. And I have not tried since I did this. I don't know if it's bottomed out or what the deal is, but luckily I had a hell nother closer, which is now useless to me. Oh, it's unscrewing, y'all. Yes, you can come out. Oh yes, come on, let's do this. Lock force, be with us. All is not lost. Oh, as long as I don't scratch up the threads here. I may need a little bit narrower screwdriver. Hi. Back. All right. So, did these work okay?
Yeah. Wait, one of them didn't. I can't remember which one.
Let me move this over
I
here.
had a little problem, but I didn't want to force it, so
Yeah.
I just took that one out and did the other one, and it did it.
It turned over okay.
I broke some little part on it too, on my car. I don't know.
You broke some of
Yeah, you know the little silver thing that goes around it.
Oh yeah, the thumb thing that went around, the key went in between.
Yeah, the little slide that it go through, it came out. I was like, oh great.
All right, let me probe this real quick. Actually,
Yeah.
Olive brothers in there.
Okay, it's going to take about 3 or 4 minutes for that to change over. I may have a one of those ignitions in stock,
Okay.
but I wouldn't be able to do it for about 30 minutes. I've got a couple of projects I got to take care of first,
Okay.
so I'd have to go double check to see if I had that ignition. So basically, I'm gonna have to take the shroud off around the cylinder and pull it out. But I mean, every time you stick your key in and pull it out, all the stuff's gonna come out with it. You're gonna have to reach down and like physically hold all the guts in until
Right.
Alright, so again, you can still crank it like you did before with those.
Okay. So, okay, I got a question. If I get another switch, I have to get another key, right?
No, the switch is going to come non-keyed up, and we key it to your key. Like it comes with the wafers and all that in it, and you assemble it to make it work. So you're not going to buy a switch ready to just put in. But yes, you'll be able to use this key.
Okay. What's your hours Monday?
10:30 to 6 every day, except Saturdays 10 to 4. But on a weekday, you'd have to call to set up a time you were bringing it in, because I'm in and out throughout the day.
Okay. Would you know today if you have one of those?
Yeah, I was
switches?
going to look at when I went out here real quick.
Okay. Because I know you got a project to do, and I know it's Saturday, so I don't want to put you through all that. I can just be careful with it and try to make an appointment with you next week sometime.
Yeah.
Because I know how it is.
If not, I got to put an order in Monday anyway, so if not, I can have the ignition by Tuesday.
Okay.
Anyway. have one, it would run you, let's see. So this key is the 55 plus, I'm only going to charge you for one door key. So, and you can still use those keys to unlock your door if you lock your keys in there.
Okay, I'm gonna just put this up in the house somewhere.
Yeah, and you can still drive it. So
Okay.
you definitely want to keep the
Okay.
two together because it is an emergency,
Yeah.
got to drive type of thing.
Okay.
So we are looking at, let me get a price real quick on that ignition.
Okay.
And just be careful with it until Monday. Do I have any cards? I think I'm out. I got one left.
No, you got a few.
I gotta get on that.
Yeah, I'll take one. Put it in my wallet. Woo.
Let me just double check as these prices change with all the wonderful tariffs that we have been adding back and forth. Look, I think that's coded. I hadn't looked for these lately. I've had that ignition for a little bit,
God.
but let me double check one other source here, make sure. I do it on the computer. That'll give me the latest prices. After your tax and everything, you're probably going to be about 95 bucks.
Okay.
It's about 85, including the ignition, keying it to your key, and taking it out with all one
Okay.
out, putting it in.
Well, I mean, whatever day.
I mean, if you have to wait, as long as you're careful with that ignition, you can keep driving it, but you're just going to have to make sure and not yank it out.
Yeah.
Because once you yank it out and it jams up on you, you're going to be
big
stuck,
trouble again.
and it's going to cost more. It'll be way more than that.
No, I can't.
So, 63.18.
Okay. Let's see.
I showed little brother how to do it, so
Oh man.
don't get mad when he tells you not to do that.
You said 63.18.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I don't need it. Change. There we go. All right.
Look it up.
And
Just give me a call
yeah. I'll
when
just
you can when you can
No,
afford to
I
do it.
mean,
I understand how that
when I can what?
afford to do
No,
it.
I don't care.
I
I
hate car expenses. For
Yeah, I don't care how much it is. I gotta do what I gotta do. You know, it's oh lordy. But
yeah, mine's got to go in. Mine's got a new leak underneath, so I know how car expenses are.
Oh hell, it's always something. I
Always
think
something.
something's going on with my power steering now.
Do you check the fluid, make sure it's not leaking out?
I think I do have a small leak because every probably like 5 or 6 weeks I have to put something in there. But just because it was whining, but it wasn't hard, it was just whining. Now it's not whining or anything like that. It's got oil in there, but it's getting kind of hard like. So it might be the pump hose or something. It's always
Never
something.
ending. Yeah. All right, well, just give me a call.
I will. Thank you so much.
All right, no problem. Have a good weekend.
All right, you too.
All right, y'all, sorry about that. Let's jump back to the table. We were out of time. I missed a whole bunch of comments, probably. Let me scroll over the comments real quick. Sorry, y'all, for that. I did warn you, though, that it was going to happen. Sorry for everybody who had to go. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Logan's on YouTube. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Yes. Mystery solved. Yay. I should do a video on the RW4. You know, yeah, the gut. So the lock, our lock is, y'all know, Ford Focus ignitions. For those of y'all who know, you know. And we have a Ford Focus ignition failure. Yay! On that little red fella out there. So let's zoom in. Can we zoom in a little bit further? There we go. Zoom out. Yeah, that was initially just replace a broken key, but now it is replace an ignition because we have an ignition failure. Failure to communicate. No failure to communicate, but just failure in general. All right, so I do want to see what's inside this, so we're going to do that real quick and wrap it up. Where'd my comments go? There they are. Where did my comments go? Business. Had to take care of business. Okay. So, yep, we're good there. Let's turn this back on, make sure we're here. Yeah, we were getting this out. We're going to discontinue this because I'm pretty sure I can get that guy out. It was freely turning. I just do not have a, come back on. I do not have a little screwdriver out here, but shouldn't have a problem. If I do have a problem with it, I can just cut straight across, and then we won't have a problem anymore. We can just unscrew it. So, yep, got to get that taken care of. All right, what we were gonna do. Let's move this guy out the way. Put him right here. So the initial problem with this was, if you're not familiar with Trilogy, this is your standard push button lock, and we're actually going to take a look at the guts. Power steering. It's the power steering. I have power steering trouble. And her ignition, the face cap. If you're familiar with Focus ignitions, it's got this cap deal. And you have to assemble it from behind, like it goes in, and then the cap like goes in and turns, and then like all just suddenly magically falls, like magically deliciously falls into position. And yeah, the face cap came off, but the ignition was still in there, held in with the clip. So it was coming out. So I taught her little brother how to teach her to hold it in. And let's do this. Whenever you plug up a T2, if you want to reset it, you would just hold the button down. I don't think it's working, y'all. Oh, it does. And it works. However, I don't think it works. It's sad. It's Judgment Day for this. I had to say that. That's part of the title, right? I had to say it. It's Judgment Day for this fella. So if we look really close, a lot of problems comes with the mounting. And we can see, if we look really, really close here, I'll hold this up to the camera a little bit better. We can see some major issues going on right here. Right there. Looks like we definitely have some wiring severs. Yep, we got some silver showing. So likely what's going to happen here is I can probably take this guy apart, and to do that we would take this guy here, Normally, like if you're in the field and you're having to do this, you could always maybe cut it as far up as possible and then re-crimp it together. So what? I know. I have an idea. Let's try something, y'all. We need a cutters. Don't know what I did with them. Let's go grab a pair of cutters real quick. We're actually gonna try. I gotta go to my new tool bag. These are not the cutters that I wanted to get. I wanted to use my new ones, but they're not in here. They're in my truck. So I'm just going to use this real quick. So what we're going to do is we're going to check before I go to blowing this thing up. Let us check this connection right here. I think we're good right up to this area. I think we're good right up until this area. So what happens is why this gets crimped is because you have the plate that goes right here that for some reason is not here. Oh, here it is. And when this gets routed up, it's very important when you're installing these, or when you're, especially if you're taking these off to service them, that when this plate goes back on, that it goes through that hole right there that it's supposed to. Because you see what happens when you don't. If there's any crimpage or if there's any issues with these wires, you will have you'll have problems with it for sure. I definitely wanted to use Peter's tool that he sent me, or the tool that Peter sent for me, but it's in my truck. So let's just use this in the meantime. Come on. I hate these things. I have such a nice new stripper too that I should be using. If I would have known that I was going to do that, I should have known I was going to do this. But what I want to do here is just put these together to see if we can get something out of it. There we go. So let's crimp that off. Go ahead. Y'all think this is going to work? I think it's going to work. I think it's going to work. Y'all would have seen who parked right there. I didn't see it. Take a vote now. Who thinks this is going to work? I say it will. If it does, I'll pull the cap off this just to show you the wiring part, but we may not take this all the way apart. There is this little, whatever you call it inside, this little pin, divot, plunger type mechanism that whenever you do this, it activates that, which is what allows the lock to unlock. Supposed to do this with my teeth, right, Ryan? Or am I supposed to hold it in my teeth when I power it up? I think that's what's supposed to happen. Oh man, I just untwisted. Okay, go back the other way. I didn't strip it enough to do it like this. Okay. Let's connect you two together. Oh, it came apart. Hold on. Let's go ahead and get it off, and we will try to put that together a little bit better. Hold on. Need a little bit more slack in the insulation. There we go. Let's get a little bit more length on that. There we go. And maybe we'll have enough. Oh, unplug. Unplug. I don't want to be electrocuted on live TV, live YouTube. Even if it is only however many volts that is. Here's a question for you. How many volts is 5 AA batteries, y'all? Not enough to do a whole lot, probably. Okay, stay together this time. Okay, got to be careful. All right, let's see. Who guessed what? Who guessed what? I'm going against, I just, whatever. Clutch thing, thank you. I'm using it backward. You're going against the cutting edge instead of with it. Well, whatever. Bite while connecting the power or strip wires with the teeth. Yeah. I think it'll work. If it does, if it's bronze, you might be interested. 7.5 volts. Thank you, guys. 6 volts. James Randolph is saying 6. 1.7 in parallel, 8.5. 7.5 volts. Yeah, it's not the voltage, it's the current. No, you're not supposed to use rechargeable in these things. I think it'll work. Okay, well, it's plugged up. Let's see. Careful. Alright. Let's actually do this too, so we can see it even better. Maybe. Yeah, there may still be something wrong with the latch retractor here, because I mean it is old as heck. And that was one of the problems. Like, it was working for a while. Oh, what's going on? Something's going on. It was working for a while. Then the latch somebody had put, and it was not me. Somebody had put the wrong latch in there. Okay, we're not gonna worry about that. Let's try it. Yep, it worked. Hey, that was it. And you can hear it. All right, listen. But I will say, oh, that one didn't work. I will say that it's hanging up. There we go. That's what I was trying to say, was it's hanging up. See how it stopped halfway right there? And that is the problem. It's actually jammed halfway right there right now. And that is not a good sign. So what happens is it, okay, I worked that time. Let's try this. How come you're not going on? There we go. And look, it's not pulling it all the way back. So that's a problem on tight doors. So we still have an issue going on here that I'm going to maybe take apart real quick. What time is it? 12:12. We're past time, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and just pop this bad boy apart just to see maybe what kind of problem we're having in here. So it did fix the problem. That was one major problem there. The other major problem is the hub area. is just foobar. So we need to be real careful pulling this off so that it doesn't jab into it as it's coming off. Come on off. Push in. Come on off. So. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put my rubber gloves on. We are going to rubber up real quick because this is about to get dirty. And I didn't bring a paper towel. I did not bring a paper towel, and I was actually going to scrap all this. However, now that we have it working, I'm not going to scrap it. Oh, I got a paper towel right here. There we go. Paper towel. Likely, you know, this asshole did park in my spot. So, let's take a look at this guy. We have bent in right there. That may be one that was hard to get off. These are all bent in a little bit. Yeah, you. Alright, what's going on here is it's not coming off. It is certainly gooey though. Ah, there we go. Hey, so what happens is there's this little pivot deal, clutch thing, not clutch. Somebody said clutch, but I wasn't trying to talk about a clutch. I was actually talking about there's this little pin in here that you could actually used to order from Alarm Lock. Those of you who have been working on these for a while, you could actually get this part from Alarm Lock themselves, and it's this little, move this out of the way. Everything else is normal in there, but just like anything else, this little doodad right here was a part that you could order from Alarm Lock back in the day when you could actually order parts from, you know, manufacturers, because there's really nothing wrong with anything on the lock aside from this mechanism right here. That's the control doodad. Night Owl, or anybody else in Lock Force, what is this part called? Not the clutch, it's the electronic. I can't even remember. They used to have a name. There is a name for it. The electronic doodad. I can't remember what they called it though. But basically, when it energizes, it goes boop, 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 and then this goes boop, and then when that goes boop, you can turn the boop and boop and get in. So yeah, you can't buy these. Can't buy these things anymore. And unfortunately, that is likely the problem, because if you look at the actual clutch, these were extremely well made. There was not a whole lot of problems with the actual latch, this part. Like I've never seen one broken. Has anybody else seen one snapped off right here? You got to give them kudos on that, because this is a lock from 2003. So that is a 14, 15, 16-year-old lock on a heavy, I might add, an extremely heavy use door. So, you know, it's likely that we could, did I just see smoke? It looked like smoke. I don't know, that's some kind of probably coil wrapped up with some kind of tape. There's some kind of tape right there too. If anybody remembers, if y'all have an answer, if anybody remembers what solenoid. Thank you everybody, it's the solenoid. Yes. Hey, y'all know my Schlage video? I had to use that the other day. I had to take apart a Schlage I keep forgetting my camera's up there. I had to take apart a Schlage push button lock, and I was like, man, this little doodad just flew out. Where the heck did that doodad go? And I watched my own video. I watched my own video on YouTube to remember where the little doodad went. So what's happening likely is this maybe not going all the way down or not going all the way up, and it's causing it to just hang up. I mean, it's pretty nasty. I may be able to clean it up and put it back together, if so. But again, I don't care about this thing. I don't care about it. My time is done with this by, and I've got a few of these already. So, normally I would keep something like this because if somebody else's gets crimped, you can just switch it out. Or if it gets corroded in particularly, you can just switch it out with whatever. But let's go ahead and pop this apart real quick and we'll see how it's attached. I was going to switch this. They have two. I'm going to have to go back and put another one on this particular business. They wanted me to try to use the guts or this part in the other lock because its keypad is messed up. So when you have a keypad go out, you're kind of getting into the realm of you're out. You're done for. The worst thing about trilogies, about fresh installing a trilogy, right there. These two bolt holes, if you have to drill and put on your own 2 bolt holes, these 2 are going to be your biggest freaking issue in the world. So let's look at this circuit board for all you computer type circuit board geeks. I don't mean that as an insult. I'm a geek too, but so yeah, looks like we got our red, white, black, red, white, blue. There's our probably communications, whatever's right there. Are we in? Yeah, we're in view. We're in view enough. Let me go back up here and we'll look. We'll look at this fancy circuit board together. So, you're probably going to have 2 of these are power, probably power here to feed different areas, and then you probably have your COM cables that sends the signal to unlock it. And there's your SNDR1. That's a pretty important part right there. And the RV2. You can't have too many RV2s. And yeah, so there we go. That's what it looks like inside of a Trilogy push button lock. If something was going on with the keypad, if you were really good, you could maybe unscrew this, take it off. But we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. And yeah, let's go ahead and get moved back over here because we're running. We are out of time. We are out of time, y'all. Zoom out. Put the camera back where it belongs. I got to get caught up on comments because I have just not had time to look at them. Hopefully, y'all are giving me suggestions on what to do with that trilogy. I know somebody's like, yes, you can have too many DLTR things. You can have too many. It's ridiculous to think that you can't have too many because there is a max 74 per circuit board. 74 per circuit board. Hey, Lockpickings gal, what's up? We're about to log off. Make sure if you're putting it outside, make sure and get a weatherproof version for sure. Make sure and price them because unfortunately we had kind of a major issue with the distributor on exorbitant pricing. So make sure you purchase at the best price you can. And I did not, so my bag's a giant clutch. Schlage A series. I'd say Schlage D series, honestly, Night Owl. Closer to. Matthew, I've seen them last. There's still, okay. There was a version before the white battery pack came out, and it had, in fact, one of my old ones over here is the same way. Instead of having the battery pack, it has the the 5 AA's just along the inside face of it. The newest one that Trilogy sent me was is the lockdown with all that. That poor guy's been sitting up there on the counter, and I hadn't had time to get back to it. We're going to do a programming series on that because it's still remote, still not programmed. I believe in cloning, totally. I need a clone. But there was one on that property that still has the 5 AA's, the one I was going to switch out, and it has lasted, it's probably 25, 30 years old now, for sure. Or not 25, 30, damn, what am I trying to talk about? Probably closer to 20 years, and it's on the outside of a building. So just make sure you get if it's outside, make sure you get the lock, or the weatherproof version. I've seen so many people use the Schlage, just the regular residential Schlages, even on metal doors. I mean, that's an option. People do that because of the price. But especially if you're using it on a door that doesn't get much use, like Matthew's example. But it's a hard pill to swallow for smaller groups to do that much of a expense, because even a regular T2 installed after you factor in installations can be fairly expensive to put in. Now that was a antique brass color on that one over there, just really old. Antique brass was that color, which they may still make antique brass, but I don't know. It'd be really hard to get. It's hard to get the darn out. Anyway, so now we have learned that T2 actually could probably be used. Once I put it back together, I'm going to take a wild guess at the solenoid's going out. And even if I clean it up, put it back together, I'm going to guess that it's only going to be activating like halfway or something. So, I don't know. It's not worth risking to use for sure, especially in any capacity, because it is 15, 14, 16 years old. 15, 14, 16 years old. But the through bolts, yes. Anybody who's put one in where they had to drill the through bolts, especially in a metal door, will tell you that those 2 through bolts, go ahead and drill them 1/2 inch. Everybody's going to flame me, but the instructions say 3/8. Just 1/2 inch. Put a big ass hole in there. You'll be good. Put a big ass hole in there and route it side to side. Trust me, it's one of those things that's so infuriating, because you get it all together and then it just won't seat right because of just some little part that's off. Usually I'll put the through bolt hole and like do kind of a up down, side to side, and make it a little bit bigger, because literally once the T2's on the door, I mean, that's it for the door. You put a T2 on, unless you can come back with a wrap plate, you're stuck with the T2 because you've got all these other holes. So never listen to the instructions when they say, yeah, Night Owls put one of these in. Never believe the 3/8. Don't believe it. It's bullshit. It's total bullshit. 1/2 inch all the way and route side to side, because otherwise you're going to be taking it back off and redrilling. And it's so frustrating because it's the last piece that goes on the door. So frustrating when you have to do that. In the meantime, me and my dented knob here are going to go put that thing back together. I don't think it's going to work again. I will update y'all. Once this goes live, I probably should have it back together, and we'll find out for sure. I'm going to go take some little crimpy deals and crimp them up. But again, there's you would never even use that, even if you got it free and put it on free and gave no guarantees. You can too easily get locked out by it. So it's probably just going to hit the scrap bin, unless, I don't know. It's, they're too big to ship affordably. It has to go on a big flat rate. So I don't know. If anybody wants it, let me know. Matthew, I don't know if you want it, but it's literally not to do that with scrap. If somebody wants to pay the shipping on a flat rate box, you can have it, I guess. But again, it's not going to work right. I'll put it back together and see, but I can almost guarantee, even after I spray it off, that thing's going to be jamming up real bad. Oh, and I don't have a latch to send you because I'm not sending you the brand new latch. Because I used a 2 3/8 latch with it. That's another thing. You gotta get, if you have a 2 3/8 door, you gotta get a 2 3/8 latch because they only come 2 3/4. So now I have a 2 3/4 latch. So even if you did get it, I wouldn't send you the latch because I can use the latch for a broken latch. No, people, that's my parking spot. Get out of here. So in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and sign off. I'm going to catch back up on these comments. I've actually done pretty good on the comments. The resident ones are, yeah, you know, the Schlags are alright, but the weather and all that. Thank you for being considerate, even though you thought about not being considerate. You can see people doing a calculation, like calculated risk on parking out front. James, y'all read instructions? I did have to read instructions. I put on 2 of those smart quick set. That was one thing I should have put for my content was I had to drill and put in 2 of the Schlage Sense deadbolts, and I had to put it over a Baldwin lock, mortise lock. I was so sad to do that. I felt so bad about that door. Anyway, the wider the hole, better. Yeah, I mean, you got plenty of cover, so again, once you drill those holes for a trilogy, it's always going to have a trilogy. Because you try to put a rat plate on a metal door, yeah, it doesn't really work out real well. In the meantime, since I probably won't be doing scattered, I got too much stuff around here really to do videos because I'm doing the video on that, those mortise locks. Oh yeah, let me show you. Before we go, I'm going to be doing this. I'll show you this real quick. Like I was telling you, these are the mortise locks that I have to clean up, and you can see where I heated it right here, and it definitely has layers, but when I heated this up with a hot gun, I was able to pull and then peel it. It softened it up, but look how badly painted these are. Hold on, let's get out of the glare. Get out of the glare. Watch. And the heat gun did it. Let me pull this whole bit. So the reason I want to do that first is because if I soak this whole thing times 12, I might add, and I'm going to have to soak that, I guess. That's not going to heat up, but this is actually a brown and white, so this has been drilled into twice. But it did let me pull up a good layer off the face, and I think that'll minimize my gooiness. You know, if you soak it, you get goo, and it's just so nasty. It's just icky. When I was in the Philippines, I tried to fix the doorknob on a bathroom in the door, and the door is plastic. Isn't that called UPVC? Ian will answer that. Yes, probably. Or was it not UPVC? UPCV. UPVC. UPCV. I don't even know what that stands for. Something plastic. It's just plastic. Plastic door. Plastic doors suck. So, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, plastic. It's just a fancy word for plastic. UPVC. Because people don't want to hear, I'm getting a plastic door? No. You're getting a UPVC door. Jeez. Anyway, I'm going to go put a T2 back together. And now the wire wheel will scratch up the finish. Scratch it up. I don't want it to scratch up. I want to see what kind of patina we got under there. Because it's well protected. This is a well protected patina. And you can see that, and maybe with it not. There we go. Do different angles. Very well protected, and if you hit it with a wire wheel, it's just going to scratch it up. So, I don't know. You'll see a video on it one day, though. There's a lot of footage going on with it, so it's still going to have to be soaked regardless. And I have not gone to get a stripper for it, so yeah, got to do that. Polyvinyl chloride. Thank you, James. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. Gals, guys, gals, y'all. he's a customer. I can't run him off. I could, but he probably wouldn't be very happy about it. Also have this little thing I'm waiting to find out on this little guy right here. Little barrel. A bit barrel. It's a bit barrel. I'm waiting to find out whether they want me to use these keys or these keys. This was mailed in. Thank you, YouTube. Again, we get a bunch of these in the mail to make keys for, and I'm waiting on an answer. Which one do y'all think I should use? Of course, these are solid brass with a nice antique pattern. This is just metal. However, these are going to be way more expensive for the customer. So, take a guess now on which one they're going to pick. We're priced at about 30 bucks for those, and then about 18 for that one. And it's just a one lever. Just have to cut it down. These actually are beautiful, nice. I won't have to cut that down much. Just a little one lever lock. But take a while, guess. Leave it in the comments. We'll find out one day, whenever they email me back which design they want. These are pretty cool, even though it's weird. It's like a ring key. And these are pretty cool too. I don't have any of the little, there's a model of this key with a small head or a kind of an octagon shaped head. Those were my favorite for these little desks because they looked great. However, nobody carries them. These are getting so hard to get. Even Flake, who used to carry a nice selection, is not carrying that great of a selection anymore. Yeah, solid brass is going to look better, anything the brass. And those little octagon head ones that I was talking about, they are solid brass. If you look in the back of the Ilco catalog, the one I was talking about is this one right here. This one. I love that design. It's solid brass. Not that color, but actually brass. And I love, love, love. Those are my favorite keys. I don't know if Flake actually shows them in stock now, but last time I ordered, they did not have either one of those. And the very few of these, there's the one right there, and then there's the one hanging up right here. But yeah, these things are getting hard to keep in stock because in different designs. So frustrating. Anyway, we're done. We're way over time. I appreciate all y'all who have stuck with us through the whole broadcast. As always, lock force all the way. If y'all have any other questions or comments on this video or anything after it resolves, make sure if I didn't answer a question that you may have had that other Lock Force members missed out on, make sure and hit it in the comments. And I'll try to follow up as always because I end up watching I don't usually watch myself after the lives because I do so much watching of myself during editing of videos, but I definitely scroll through most of the comments to see if I missed anything. If I missed something, I'll follow it up once the video goes live later on. In the meantime, I hope everybody out there has a fantastic weekend. I got to get to doing some real work around here. This is real work, but I got to go do the other real work. Get that T2 back together and go ahead and make a final call on its Judgment Day. I appreciate everybody who's tuned in. Hope y'all have a great weekend, and yeah, we'll catch you next video. Happy Saturday. Yes, stickers. If those of you have not got stickers, it is still on the website. Go to the website, go to the bottom of the front page, click on Lock Force, sign up for your stickers. If you have not ordered stickers, you don't have to pay. Again, we still have stickers left. If you have not gotten your order in, please go to our website and get them because I still have plenty of stickers that I really don't need. So we're still sending out stickers to you, those of you who want them. No charge on anything. So those of you who have posted here in the comments, especially those of you who are new to the live feeds for sure. Christopher, I think it was, and maybe a couple others. Christopher just said he got his stickers. I don't know one thing. Anybody else who has not ordered them, don't worry about it. Just please put your address in though. Put your name, your username, and make sure and put your address because we got to have your address to ship the stickers out. So for those of you who have not gotten them, I got to go replace my batteries. Oh, it died. It died. I got to fix that. Lock Force, disassemble, and have a great weekend. See ya. Start casting antique keys. Yeah, that's a good idea. Peace, everybody. Hey, UT4646. You're still here. Mr. Hooligan, y'all have a great weekend. I appreciate it. I'm going to go put more rubber gloves on. I hate rubber gloves. Don't y'all hate? Did y'all see that? It's like when you pull them off, it's like a waterfall. And your hands get all, yeah. I hate wearing rubber gloves so bad. I'd much rather have to wash my hands with 15 different compounds to try to clean them than deal with waterlogged hands. I can't wear them for very long. It just drives me crazy. Side note, yet another thing that drives Jason crazy. Alrighty, guys. Y'all have a great one, and we are out of here. Got to go to work. Y'all go to work. Go make some money. At least a little bit until Sunday, and then don't work. Hopefully you don't have to work. Anyway. Happy Saturday 30.